be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down. Let me down.
What if I told y'all that everybody in this generation ages like milk? Now, bear with me on this topic. Some of these Gen Z motherfuckers, they look 50 years old and shit. Now, recently, I just turned 20 to the store one day, right? And then I looked at everybody in the store and shit. I was like, damn, I'm 20 years old. How the fuck I still look 16? And then I came to the realization, it's not me. It's straight up the people around me and stuff like that. I straight up look like a regular 20-year-old. Gen Z motherfuckers look like they 35 and they only 21. But nah, real talk though. A lot of people my age do look older than they is. I don't know if it's the food in the water or something. Y'all ever see that one TikToker? I forgot his name. His name was Jordan or something. And he posted up with Method Man. He almost the same age as Method Man. And guess how old Method Man is? Oh wait, I'll stop. Method Man is 45, 50. This dude's 26. And he almost looks his age. Now don't get me wrong, Method Man looks his age and stuff, right? But it comes a point in time where I don't think it's the environment. I think it is social media too, but you know what? I changed my mind. I think it is the environment, because most people around my age, they look like old grandmas and old millennial white people that age like milk. You know, the white people you see in the commercials, they look like straight up somebody who just aged like a little too longer than they should have. Yeah, those people. Bro, motherfuckers straight up look like spoiled, rotten milk cartons. You know, the motherfuckers you saw in the back of the lunch line, they had mold and shit on it. Like you open the bitches up and they had mold in them motherfuckers. Yeah, that's most of the people you see outside that's Gen Z as fuck. That being said, only generation where we look like old bitches. Well, except some millennials and boomers, but they're a little bit older. But there should be no excuse for my generation to be looking like that. See, I got a tip for y'all. Take some collagen peptide, rejuvenate your skin, and stop stressing out, and stop looking at home prices, the economy, and inflation. Boom, your problem is done and solved. Low-key, it also makes me feel better that I look younger, because, you know, some dudes out here, they look 20, 30 years older than what they actually should be looking like. It's probably all these phones and shit. Everybody looking now and their fucking eyes getting fried into bits and pieces and shit. But every generation always experienced that one motherfucker that just looked old for no reason. Like that one kid in class that looked 16 and he was in the 8th grade already. Prepubescent, already developed. He had chest hair at like all the age of 14 and shit, or 13. And don't get me started on the fact that some people that want to look older than they actually are. I'm like, dude, in the long run, do you actually want to look 45 years old and you 30? Just think about that for a second. 45 years old is not old, but it's unk status. Like, you consider unk status at 20 already. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with your old ass and shit. I guess there's benefits such as, you know, entering a fucking club at 18. You look like you're 23. But in the long run, how really worth it is it? You are older or look older after all, so you get more benefits of doing grown people shit. At the end of the day, you just look like another one of society's throw-offs and shit like that, you know? It's not like if you just go out here, enter everything and be like, okay, I could go do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to enter the senior citizen club and I'm like only 45. Yeah, it's kind of funny to me because a lot of people, they just like to point the finger and point on other people about how old they look. The whole time they the oldest looking motherfucker in that bitch. For example, what I said earlier about the oldest kid, and then some motherfuckers gonna be saying, well, you look kind of young for your age. Well, I'm gonna take that as a compliment nowadays, cause you know, I like what I said earlier, everybody's looking old as shit for their age and shit like that. They need to take some collagen peptide. They need to do this, that, and the third, and they get their life straight and shit like that. But on the flip note, it's like extremes in Gen Z, right? You got the people who look really old and the people who look really young. Now, I don't know what the science behind this is. I noticed that more people are just getting stressed out, and it's causing other people to crash out and develop bad habits such as eating shitty food or indulging into pleasures they don't need to. And then other people, they're on the opposite end of the spectrum, Maybe they had a better life to grow up and shit like that. Or they just didn't have a hard time, which couldn't be good and shit like that, right? You know, not everybody has a hard time dealing with shit in life and shit like that. But from my perspective, I ain't gonna lie, things is pretty hard and shit like that, especially for younger people. So I can see whole epidemic of all younger people looking older, but at the same time, are we really that older looking than older people? Because when older people was in high school, sailor men in their late mid 30s. I mean, shit, go look at Joe Rogan's pictures and shit like that. That motherfucker was old as shit, dude. Like he was in his mid to late 30s at like 19 or some shit. Nowadays, it's a compliment to get called babyface because when you get older, you won't even look that old or young. Or old, young, whatever you want to talk about, which can be a little bit of a problem because when you're younger looking, they trying to treat you like a child or a little kid or some shit, but really you're a grown woman, so that respect factor can go down. But at the end of the day, it's all about that character you present to other people and shit. Maybe that will bring more respect to people and shit like that. It's kind of like short man syndrome, where the person is so short, but yet he has such a strong personality because he lacks height and shit, or lacks looking dominant and shit, you know. It's not all about a physical look per se, but more about the character behind it. In this conclusion of this video, I would like to say that no matter how you look and how old you look, always remember living your full life.
Stop motherfucking stressing and going through bullshit so you can look older.